I was catfished by a creepy, much older guy. I was 17 and in the 11th grade. I usually don't accept random requests on my Instagram, especially if we had no mutuals. I took my page off private for a while and so anyone could follow me. This is when I got notification that someone started following me. The page had a few normal followings, not small enough to question whether it was a fake account or not. He had multiple pictures of himself with friends and families, with captions and all. His comments were off on all of his posts, which wasn't a red flag since I had mine off too. Immediately after he followed me, he went through my profile and liked all my pictures. He was fit, good-looking guy, so I was flattered. Not long after, he DM'd me replying to a story of mine asking me if I was from certain city and that he was from there too. We immediately hit it off and DM'd non-stop for a while. It didn't feel forced and we never ran out of things to talk about. We eventually swapped phone numbers and started texting. He told me he was studying at a really good university, which was in a city 2 hours away from where we both lived. Our talks escalated to day-to-day phone calls, which lasted for hours. I sincerely started growing feelings for him, and he made it clear he felt the same way. We would talk about our deepest insecurities, our past, and what we wanted our future to look like. It had been about 2 months of talking, and I was undeniably eager to meet up in person. He would tell me he was coming to visit home on the weekend, but would always come up with an excuse as why he couldn't make it. He gave very convincing and detailed excuses, never vague, so I didn't question it. I hadn't told my friends about him until my best friend and I had a sleepover. I ended up telling about him, showed her his pictures, and didn't leave out that we haven't met yet. Wanted to look out for me, she suggested I ask him to do a video chat. She told me she didn't want to freak me out, but that she was sure she had seen these pictures on Tumblr before. There is a tool on Google that you can use to locate social media accounts and articles where the pictures have been posted. While she was at that, I called him and asked him if he was at home and alone before asking him to do a video chat, so he couldn't make an excuse on the spot. He said he was home alone but couldn't video chat because of weak internet connection. My heart sank into my stomach. The possibility of being catfished was not far-fetched anymore. I quickly downloaded the WhatsApp because I remember him telling me he spoke to his parents on it. Before doing that, my friend showed me the results she found and was devastated to my core. The man in the picture was French model and singer. We found the exact same pictures that he used. My devastation turned into anger, then turned into absolute disgust when I saw his profile pictures on WhatsApp. He was evidently much older than me than he claimed he was, probably in his 30s, a complete different race than what he portrayed to me. Lied about being a university student. I have no preference when it comes to race or nationality, but he literally lied to me in detail about being part Italian, part Colombian. I wanted to crawl back into a hole and die. I started to sob uncontrollable and confronted him on WhatsApp. He went on to explain how he came across my profile and wanted to desperately to get to know me. He said he knew I wouldn't be interested in who he actually is and wouldn't be attracted to him, so instead he used his fake account, which he was already using. He said he came close to coming clean multiple times, but was afraid how I would react. He said even though his persona was fake, everything else was genuine. Turns out he was 31 years old, mechanic, and living with his parents. He even confessed to driving to my neighborhood, finding my high school, and following me around. I blocked him off WhatsApp, then he quickly started texting me my number, begging me not to block that too, and to give him a chance to explain things face to face. I went on to block him off everything, feelings absolute heartbroken and betrayed while doing so. I spent months of my life daydreaming and fantasizing about how it would be like when we finally meet in person and where it would go from there. grew genuine feelings for him, and even considered applying for same university. I got over it eventually, but I have definitely grown to be more paranoid and disturbing when it comes to meeting people online. I'm happily married now, but I wonder what would happen if he and I meet in person, and the consequences I would have faced for being so naive and oblivious.